Hello, I am Flash Isaac, and you are welcome to the Flashlearners series, where we solve past and likely questions for your examination. And at the end of this series, your life will never remain the same because I shall be releasing a whole lot of episodes. In this series, I will be making use of the Flashlearners application. Simply visit Google Play Store or flashlearners.com to install the app. Are you watching on YouTube? I've shared the link to both the mobile and desktop app below. Download and let us begin. Look at this question. It says, express 2211 base 4 as a denary number. Look at it. 2211 base 4. This can be written as 22114 under. This is under number basis. We are to convert this number to denary. What is another word for denary? It is simply base 10. So we are converting a number from base 4 to base 10. How do you do that? You bring out the number, spread the number 2, 1, and 1. What are we converting to? To denary or base 10. So what base is it? Base 4. Now bring out the base in front of each of the number. So here 4, here 4, here 4, here 4. So use the number to multiply the bases to have 2 times 4, 2 times 4, 1 times 4, 1 times 4. Then add them. Plus, plus, plus. After that, start counting from 0 up on top of each of the number, each of the bases. Which means in this first base, you put 0 here. The next year, you put 1. The next year, you put 2. Here, you put 3. Which is 2 times 4 raised to the power of 3 plus 2 times 4 raised to the power of 2 plus 1 times 4 raised to the power of 1 plus 1 times 4 raised to the power of 0. What did we do? You simply use each of the numbers to multiply the base, then on top of the base, start putting number from 0 up. If we had more numbers, then the next would be 4, 5, 6, and so on. That is how you solve problems under number basis. This is 2 times 4 raised to the power of 3 is 4 times 4 times 4. That will give you 64 plus 2 times 4 raised to the power of 2 is 4 times 4. That is 16. 16 plus 1 times 4 raised to the power of 1 is 4 plus 1 times 4 raised to the power of 0. Any meaningful number raised to the power of 0, the result is always 1. So plus 1 times 1. What does this give you? 2 times 64 is 128. This is why in storage you have 32 gig, 64 gig, which is 32 times 2. Then 64 times 2, 128 gig storage. 128 gig times 2, that is 256 gig. Then followed by 512 gig. So plus 16 times 2 is 32 plus 1 times 4 is 4 plus 1 times 1 is 1. 128 plus 32 plus 4 plus 1. That should give you 165 base 10. So when you do this, the answer you get is already in base 10 or in denary. Find the perimeter of a square whose side is 10 centimeter. Now what is square? Square is simply a four-sided shape. And in square, all the sides are the same. That is how to know a square. So if this side is A, here is A, here is A, here is A. And the perimeter of the square, P, is equals 4A. What does A mean? A represents the sides. So you can choose to represent the sides with L. If this is your square, and you say, let here be L as the sides, L, L, and L, then perimeter will be 4L. If we choose to represent the side with B, perimeter is 4B. What does this imply? If you are given one of the sides to be 10, which means the perimeter will be 4 times 10, that is 40. And the area of, let's say, cm, here will be cm. If it is in meters, here will be meter. Let's say, how about area of a square? Area of a square, A is equals L square. What does that mean? When you have one of the length, square the length, that will give you the area. So in this case, the area is equals 10 square, or 10 times 10, it is equals 100. That is how it works. In this case, 40 centimeter is the perimeter of a square whose side is 10 centimeter. Now look at the next question. If the volume of a room is 750 meter cube and the area of the floor is 150 meters squared, find the height of the room. Volume is equals 750 meter cube. Area A is equals 150 meters squared. Height is what we are looking for. When you are given a room and you are asked to look for volume, what is volume? Volume V is equals length times breadth times height. Now, what is length times breadth? Length times breadth is simply equals area. If I ask you what is area, you simply tell me that area is length times breadth, which implies that instead of putting length times breadth here, we can say volume is equals area times height. With this, we have what we need to solve this question. We are given volume to be 750 meter cube. This is equals, we are given area to be 150 meter squared times height. If we represent height with h like we did here, it simply means that 750 removing the units is equals 150 times h. And what is 150 times h? It is 150 h. So 750 is equals 150 h. How do we get h, which is the height? We divide both sides by 150. When you divide here by 150, you divide here by 150, this cancels this, which means we are left with the height here. Then here 0 cancels 0. 75 divided by 15 is 5, because 5 times 15 is 75. So height is equals 5 meters. Looking at this, option E is the correct option. Height is 5 meters. Look at the next question. Is equals sum of interior angle over number of sides. This is the formula for calculating each interior angle of irregular polygon. Now, the interior angle or sum of the interior angle is equals n minus 2 times 180 over the number of sides is simply over n. Now, what are we given? We are given each interior angle. It says if its interior angle is 140. So since the interior angle is 140, 140 is equals this and this. Cross multiplying, you simply have 140n is equals 180n minus 360. N times 140 is 140n. This is the same thing as over 1. Here is n minus 2 times 180. So n times 180 is 180n, and minus 2 times 80 is minus 360. What do we do next? There is n here, there is n here. We simply collect like terms. How do we do that? Let's bring this 360 here, and let's take 140n to meet 180n, so that the ones with n are in the same place, the one without n is on its own. When you bring this one here, it is minus 360. Remember, if you are given a number and a sign by the left, the sign by the left is affecting the number. This minus is affecting 360. It is not 180n carrying the minus. It is minus 360 carrying the minus. And as the negative number crosses the equal to sign, it becomes a positive number. So we have 360 here to be equals. There is already 180n here. It is not moving. We are moving this one towards it. Now here there is no minus. It simply means it is plus. As it moves, it becomes minus. To have minus 140n. 360 is equals 180n minus 140n. That will give you 40n. How do we get n? We divide both sides by 40. So 40 here, 40 here. 40 divided by 40 is 1. So we are left with 1n or n. Here already 0 cancels 0. We are left with 36 divided by 4. That will give you 9. Because if 2 go here, you have 18. If 2 go here, you have 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So the number of sides is simply 9. And what is a polygon with 9 sides? A polygon with 9 sides is referred to as nonagon. 3 sides, triangle. 4 sides, quadrilateral. 5 sides, pentagon. 6 sides, hexagon. 7 sides, heptagon. 8 sides, octagon. 9 sides, nonagon. And 10 sides, decagon. So that is it for this question. Let's see the next question. If the area of a right angle triangle with base 3 is 66 centimeters square, find the height. We are told that area is equals 66 centimeters square and base is equals 3 centimeters. Right angle triangle. This is a right angle triangle. Anytime you see a triangle and something like this is a right angle. And what is right angle? Right angle simply means that that angle is 90 degrees. And the sum of angle in the right angle or in the triangle is 180 degrees. Since we already have a right angle, it implies that what is here and what is here plus 90 will give you 180 degrees. Look at the question before us. We are given the area of the right angle triangle and we are given the base. We are asked for the height. Remember, area of a triangle is equals half times base times height, which means area A is equals half base times height. This is the formula for calculating the area of a triangle. Now, if area of a triangle is half base times height, we are given the area, we are given the base, we are asked for the height. This implies that we have everything we need to find the height. What do? Let us substitute. Substituting area instead of A, we have 66 is equals 1 over 2 is a constant times B is base 3 times height we don't know. This is 66 is equals 1. This is the same thing as something like this. 1 times 3 is 3. So 1 over 2 times 3 is 3 over 2. When you are multiplying, the up multiplies the one here over the bottom times h. This is the same thing as 66 is equals 3 over 2h. Looking at this, or you can write it this way to further understand, 3h over 2. This is over 1. You cross multiply. If you already don't know how to cross multiply in mathematics, it is something you should learn because your knowledge of cross multiplication will be tested so many times and in a whole lot of situations. What do? How do you cross multiply? When you see a number like this and another one like this and they are separated by equal to, in other words, when equality sign separates two fractions, to cross multiply you simply do like this. This times this equals this times this. It is the same thing as the number here times the number here equal to the number here times the number here. So cross multiplying here, we can say 66 times 2 is equals 1 times 3h. 66 times 2 is 66 plus 66. 6 plus 6 is 12. You carry 1. 6 plus 6 is 12 plus the one you carried 13. That is 132. So 132 is equals 3h. To get h, we divide both sides by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. We are left with 1h and 132 over 3. So the height there is 132 divided by 3, which will be equivalent to 44 centimeters. So option C is the correct option. Welcome back and thank you for watching this episode of the series. Feel free to check out the other episodes. Subscribe so you don't miss out any video, and feel free to tell your friends about this. Thank you.